Last night in San Antonio, I could not be more impressed with the resilience of the Spurs. Here's how they pushed the Wolves to the brink of elimination. Wemby back. Shump, you said you expected a big game from him after being ejected. He came out with an exclamation.
Hey!
Wemby attacking the rim here, driving past Rudy Gobert.
There's
today.
nothing you can do when he does that.
Hey.
Hello.
Excuse me.
You know who agrees with you, Shanae?
Yeah.
Julius Randle.
You're right. It's like, on to the next.
Less than a minute later.
Oh, boy,
Wemby, what are you going to do when he's hitting threes like this?
But what are you going to do when he plays inside and out, Malika?
Well, Rudy Gobert was saying the same thing because Wemby had 16 points, 6 of 8 shooting with Gobert as his primary defender. That's in the first quarter alone, though. And then Wemby, he had more blocks here. 3 more blocks for him, his 38 this postseason. That's the second most in a player's first 9 career playoff games since blocks became official. But I thought that this, Shanae, was when Minnesota was going to show their experience. The game all tied up at 60.
Yeah, anytime the game is close, you feel like they still have a chance. The Spurs, they went on timely runs here. But once again, their experience, their poise, they were unwavering, the Spurs. Keldon Johnson, huge for them.
This is probably his best game, Keldon Johnson, of the series. And then once again, Gobert off the miss. The Spurs out in transition. What's you going to do when Dylan Harper's laying it in like that? San Antonio took control of this game in the third quarter. They went on a 30-12 run here. So this is the finishing touches here in the fourth quarter. Harper.
I could cock it back.
Double behind the back. Wemby cannot believe it. San Antonio dominates to take the 3-2 series lead. Here's Wemby.
Victor, after having time to reflect, would you have done things differently? Did you have any regrets about the elbow?
I mean, it was 2 games ago. It's the playoffs. I'm focused. I was focused on the game today, and now I'm focusing on the game in Minnesota in 3 days. It's the playoff. We got to move on, and I got to care about my team.
And he certainly showed that care. Wemby became the 3rd youngest player in NBA history with at least 25 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists in a playoff game. Only Magic Johnson in the 1980 finals, Luka Doncic in the bubble did it at a younger age. So, Shanae, whether or not Wemby said it, his play suggested he felt like he had some making good to do with his team. How did he change this game?
Yeah, the circumstances kind of show that they poked the bear. And you know that line, if you ever find me in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear. That's mystical. That's mystical. The bear clawed back. He was truly a game changer. But get this, some stats blow my mind. He had more blocks. He has more blocks than the Timberwolves have field goals when he's a contesting defender.
Whoa. More
blocks. It's wild. Let's talk about how he's the ultimate rim deterrent. This is what David Dennis Jr. calls the hell nas. When are we going to add that stat? Because so many people dribble, and they say, hell no, I'm not going to shoot the ball. And instead, he just forces more possessions like this, where he can step up as a help defender. The drop-off is there. That normally, 99.9% of the time, that is a dunk by Rudy Gobert, but instead, it's a hell no. Again, on this type of possession, he can guard multiple players, not just in the paint, but also on the perimeter. This is what makes him special. 2 guys like an alien, 2 eyes, he has peripheral vision, but on an island as the center, being able to contest shots like this is huge. Victor Wembanyama, hell no, you're not gonna get the shot off. He completely changes the game. 2 different levels in 2 different degrees. I want you guys to take a very good look at this. These are some wild numbers. We have not seen this. This is top 10 in the last 10 seasons. Allowed 0.6 points per play. 26%, that's what people are shooting on Victor Wembanyama. Again, only 1 3-point shot made so far in this series, and he has 22 blocks, which is on pace for most in a series in the last 30 years, which is wild. Again, on this category, I remember that 1-3. It was Anthony Edwards, step back, and I was like, oh, he's got it. But that was 1-3 in an entire series.
Right.
Victor Wembanyama, ultimate defensive game changer.
And he said it, we don't care about the lack of experience that we have, and he's certainly showing that. But again, when the game was all tied up at 61, this was a rock fight. The Spurs, they got out to a big lead, and then Minnesota showed their poise, and I thought that Minnesota's experience maybe would win out down the stretch of this game. What impressed you about what San Antonio did?
I think that San Antonio offered bait to the Timberwolves.
What does that mean?
There's times during a game that you know how your team plays. You know what y'all hang y'all hat on, but we junk up the game. We bring a guy in off the bench. We hit a 3. We feel good about it. We let you guys get out there. We give you a 3. You take it. You miss it. We come down, hit another 3. You should call a timeout, but y'all are older.
Right.
So You're going to try and roll again. Julius Randle doesn't make whatever play, and then you have an 8-point swing that now just starts an avalanche of scoring for the Spurs. I think that their guards did a great job of saying, while we're doing our thing, we need to make sure that we continue to change sides of the floor. They didn't shoot off balance, and I mean with their team. They balanced the floor. They didn't shoot an off-balance shot. All of their shots had chances of an offensive rebound. All of their shots felt like the whole gym knew when and who was going to shoot it. When you watch Minnesota, it just felt like, hey, your turn, your turn, your turn. It's like, where's the offense? Where's the actions? Where's the guys that we know need to make plays right now? Because Anthony Edwards didn't see the ball that whole time.
Because there's certain teams that are playing to cover up their holes and cover up what they don't have, and there's other teams that are playing to their strengths and to exploit you.
Completely agree. Victor Wembanyama, when he decides to play inside and out, there's nothing you can do about it. Because then the defense has to shift to the inside, and that creates the easiest spray opportunities for his teammates. Those are the easy reads. When he goes outside and in, step back, you're trying to figure out the offense that works without using your ultimate advantage with him on the low post where he attracts, where his gravitational pull is super high. And to me, that's the thing that makes things easy for them. When he decides to get downhill and apply pressure on the rim and play through that lens, it's so much easier for the rest of his teammates.
Without a doubt. It opens up a lot of driving lanes for them, but it also makes mistakes on the other end for everybody else. If he gets by somebody or if he just starts to get a little bit of an advantage, you know the help has to come. There's nothing anybody could do. Once your help comes over, especially if it's not Rudy Gobert on the ball, if it's him coming over as help, it's about to get sprayed all around over there.
But it's also defensively, right? Because Anthony Edwards has really struggled passing out of the double teams here, and they've really limited what Ant's been able to do, especially in this game.
I even watched him. There was a time that I was thinking, okay, the double team's coming. They're not even doing a double team. If he gives that ball up, he's not getting it back. There's a lot of times that they're just face guarding him and not allowing him any type of openings or anything. But in the double teams that they are getting, I think that Ant-Man is doing a good job of it. It's just he's not getting the ball in scoring positions. Every time he gets a catch, he's got to protect that catch. Every time he has a double team, if he wants to exhaust the dribble, he's going to have to wait and let things open up.
And it's tied to Julius Randle, his productivity, because when you are getting double teamed, you want to get it to the next person that can make the play. And with this being an up and down series for Rudy Gobert, that guy has to be Julius Randle. And to me, if he's more effective, you know how it is when it comes to double teams, you got to get the ball out quick. And once it starts becoming bait, it's like blood in the water, and these people, the defenders, are sharks. Right? So when he takes like a 1,000, 2,000, by then it's too late. If it gets to Julius, that's what helps him. But by having that delay, that helps the Spurs.
Okay, so you're Chris Finch. Do you make a change to your starting lineup and put Naz Reid in, but that would mean it would have to be either for Rudy or for Julius Randle?
I am never in the camp that you make a change to your identity just for one game after something has worked. I'm more so of the sense where we're going to give you 2 or 3 minutes. It's a short time, and then we prepare to apply that change for the rest of the game.
And I know I haven't always been the biggest Rudy Gobert cheerleader, but though Wemby's doing what he's doing, his defensive principles have been great within what he's doing. It's just the guys just got a height advantage.
And the tone is physicality, and that's what Rudy brings. And we all saw what that created for Victor Wembanyama. So you don't want to lose a little bit of that just to gain something else.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to win at home, force a Game 7 here in the series. But Amon said yesterday he thought the winner of Game 5 was going